Okay, we'll start. So in the last lecture, we discussed about synchronization hardware, right? Under synchronization hardware, we discussed about the test and set and swap instruction, right? So the two instructions we discussed under synchronization hardware. So we discussed the instructions with the help of definition of that instruction, and then we discussed about its application in the form of solution. So we discussed the solution to the critical section problem, right? So till now we discussed Peterson's algorithms, three solutions, and after that we discussed synchronization hardware, two solutions, one with the help of test and set instruction and another with the help of swap instruction, right? Now we'll proceed further to the next point from the syllabus, and the next point is semaphore, right? So after synchronization hardware, semaphores are there. So right now we are discussing about this semaphore, and then we'll discuss the last 2 points, that is classical problems of synchronization and monitors. So again, this semaphore is also one of the critical section problem solution. Okay, so I said that after discussion of the critical section problem, I said that henceforth we are discussing about only solutions. Okay, so under Peterson's algorithm, we discussed three algorithms: algorithm 1, algorithm 2, and algorithm 3. Under synchronization hardware, we discussed about two solutions, one with the help of test and set, and another with the help of swap instruction. And now we are discussing about semaphore. So one more solution we are going to discuss with the help of this concept of semaphore. We'll see what is semaphore, etc. So again, in short, it is the solution to the critical section problem. Same monitors are also acting as a solution to the critical section problem. And the point classical problems of synchronization. So we are discussing. Yes, anyone is having doubt? Om Raji. Om Raji Vattamuar. Okay. So under classical problems of synchronization, we are discussing about three general problems where we need to apply this solution, or where we face the problem of critical section problem and we need to apply the solutions. So two more solutions we are discussing. One is the semaphore and another is the monitor. And then last point we'll discuss classical problems of synchronization. That is the general examples or general problems where we need to apply these solutions. Okay. So first of all, we'll discuss about semaphores. So semaphore, the solution to the critical section problem presented in the previous section are not easy to generate to more complex problems. Okay, so we discussed software solutions with the help of Peterson's algorithm. Three algorithms we discussed. These are treated as software solutions. After that, we said that software solutions are again limited. They are having limitations. So in some cases, they will not be able to execute, or they may not be able to work. In that case, we need to apply the hardware solutions. But again, some of the applications are there, or some of the problems are there where we are unable to apply this that software solutions as well as hardware solutions. So in that case, we need to apply the semaphore. So actually, it is said that the solutions to the critical section problem presented in previous section are not easy to generate to more complex problems. So wherever more complex problems are there, so we are unable to solve these problems with the help of previous solutions. To overcome this difficulty, we use a synchronization tool called as a semaphore. So what is semaphore? It is the synchronization tool. It is used to synchronize the processes. So in case of complex problems. Okay, so some complex problems may be there in the real world where we are unable to apply the software solutions as well as hardware solutions. So we need to apply the semaphore. A semaphore is represented with the variable capital S. Normally, semaphore is represented with the variable, and name of that variable is mostly it is capital S. S stands for semaphore. A semaphore S is an integer variable. It is the integer variable that is accessed only through two standard atomic operations. semaphore, it is accessed, it is the variable, and how this variable is accessed, it is accessed through two standard operations, and these operations are atomic, that is get executed automatically, and the names of these two operations are called as a wait and signal. These two operations are nothing but the wait and signal. So wait operation is also called as a P operation, and signal operation is also called as a V operation. So these are the names given by the authors. Wait operation is also called as a P operation. So and signal operation is also called as a V operation. Actually, mostly in case of GATE question papers, they are asking you. They will give the initial value of the semaphore, and they will say that on this semaphore perform four wait operations or 4 P operations and 3 V operations, and what will the value. So like that the questions may be asked. So you may keep in mind wait is also called as a P operation, and signal is also called as a V operation. So these operations originally termed as P and V. P for wait and V for signal. So P is generally decrement operation and V is generally increment operation. So in case of wait, so if you observe or if you see the general meaning of wait, so wait, we need to wait for some time, and signal, so something is indicated to you. So in case of our real life also, we are using the term signal. So signal, something is indicated to you, it is called as indication. Signal is nothing but the indication. Something indication is given to you, and based upon that indication you have to perform the next task. Based upon that indication we need to perform the next task. So like that, wait and signal, these are the two operations. So wait, we have to wait, and signal, so as signal is there, so we need to perform some task, we should not wait. So these are two opposite operations. Just a minute. Okay, so wait and signal operation. So these operations are originally termed as P and V operation. So keep in mind, wait is called as a P, wait is not called as a V, and signal is called as a V, signal is not called as a P. So you need to keep in mind, wait is P operation and signal is V operation. So wait is nothing but the decrement operation and signal is nothing but the increment operation. So we'll see how the variable S is either incremented or decremented. So first of all, we'll discuss the definition of this wait in pseudocode, that is in machine language. So wait, yes, S stands for semaphore. What is S? It is the variable. It is the integer variable. So wait S while S less than equal to 0. So it is called as a condition. It is the semaphore condition. While S less than equal to 0, do nothing. If this condition is true, do nothing, and if the condition is false, you can go ahead and decrement the variable yes, minus minus. So this is the general definition of semaphore. Yes is given. So wait yes. So in case of wait operation, normally the semaphore variable is decremented. So here in the while loop, the condition is given yes less than equal to 0. So that condition totally depends upon the application. Condition totally depends upon the application. So user will set the value of S and accordingly will set the condition. So here the, for example, condition is taken as a yes less than equal to 0. Okay, so don't confuse. So this is not a standard condition. So you may set your own condition also. So here the condition is yes less than equal to 0. So you may set this condition, you may change this condition. So it totally depends upon the application. So this is about the wait operation. And the classical definition of signal, that is signal, to this signal operation also we are passing the semaphore variable yes, and directly the variable yes is incremented, right? Directly over here, no condition is used, directly the variable is incremented. So these are the general classical definitions of signal in our machine language. And after that we'll see how it is used, how these definitions are used. So usage, that is use of the semaphore. We can use semaphores to deal with the n process critical section problem. So in the Peterson's algorithm, we discussed two process solution, and in case of synchronization hardware, we discussed a multiple process solution. So here semaphore is also treated as a tool used for synchronization, and it is applicable in N process, that is multiple process solution. So N process critical section problem. So wherever in the system there are N number of processes, that is multiple processes are there, so we can apply this solution. So the N processes share a semaphore mutex. So this semaphore variable is also called as a mutex. This variable is also called as a mutex variable. So because this variable is accessed mutually by N number of processes, that's why it is also called as a mutex initialized to G1. It is initialized to 1. We can also use semaphore to solve various synchronization problems. For example, consider two concurrently running processes, P1 with a statement S1 and P2 with the statement S2. Suppose that we require that S2 be executed only after S1 has completed. So we can implement this scheme readily by letting P1, P2 share a common variable, that is S initialized to 0, and by inserting the statement S1, that is statement 1 executed by P1, then signal sync in process P1, and statements wait sync actually SYNCH. So this is nothing but the semaphore variable used over here. So wait sync and again S2 in process P2. So because sync is initialized to 0, so P2 will execute S2 only after P1 has invoked the signal sync, which is after S1, right? So whenever signal will be given to process P2, then only process P2 is able to use the variable sync. Otherwise, P2 have to wait. Because here we assume that two processes are there, P1, P2, and P1 is trying to execute two statements, S1 and signal sync. Because P1 is using sync variable is treated as a semaphore variable. So that's why the P1 is just whenever P1 gives the signal, in the sense the sync variable will be get released by P1, then only P2 is able to use the symbol that variable sync. So that's why P2 have to wait. Okay, so this is about signal and wait operation. So in short, I will explain. For example, you want to access, again we'll take the same example, maybe washroom. So two processes are there. So P1, P2. So P1 want to enter inside the washroom. So maybe assume that 10 minutes are there. Maybe 10-minute break is there, and two processes are there. Two students are there, and they want to utilize the washroom. So washroom is treated as a common resource. It is the common resource. So as it is the common resource, only one process will be able to access that resource, right? So P1 want to access as well as P2 want to access. Assume that P1 came first and P2 came next. So if we apply FCFS, so P1 is able to enter inside the washroom. But how many minutes are there? Only for 10 minutes they have to utilize the washroom. So out of 10, so what operating system will do? What system should do? So as the available time is 10 minutes, so out of 10, so as two processes are there, so time should be equally distributed. So like that, first 5 minutes will be given to process P1 and next 5 minutes will be given to process P2. Listen carefully to understand the concept of semaphore over here. So now, so the variable S will be set to 5. Variable S will be set to 5. So assume that at time t0, P1 entered in the critical section. So P1 is trying to access the common variables inside the critical section. So here P1 entered inside the critical section, that is inside the washing room. So P1 is trying to access the critical section. So P1 will set the variable, that semaphore variable, to 5. It will be set to 5. P2 is outside the washroom. So P2, what P2 will do? P2 will wait. P2 will wait outside the washing room. that is outside the critical section. So this variable set by P1, that is semaphore variable, to phi. So that phi will be decremented by P2. Phi will be decremented by P2. Phi will be decremented by P2. So phi will be decremented till it will becomes 0. So whenever it will become 0, that is, so initially when P1 entered in the washroom, time was 5. So it will be decremented to 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And once it will be becoming 0, so P1 will come outside the washroom and executes the signal operation. So signal operation, that is signal, it gives signal to P2, and P2 is able to enter inside the critical section. So P2 again sets the variable to 5. So 5 will be decremented provided that third process is waiting for the washroom. So like that, so either it will be decremented or incremented. So when it will be incremented, so in case of signal operation, so once the that is in case of signal operation, it will be incremented. Maybe it is set to 0 and it will be incremented to 5. And once it becomes 5, so again it gives signal to other process. So like that, the synchronization variable semaphore is used. I hope you are understanding the concept. Yes, students? Hello, are you listening to me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the process which is outside the critical section, that is in the entry section, so that process have to wait, provided that one process is already there in the critical section. So the process which is inside the critical section, it will increments the variable to the required value, and the process which is outside the critical section will decrement the variable so that it will reach to the required value. So over here the required value is nothing but 5. So we assumed 5. So it depends upon the application, it may be 10, it may be 100, etc., etc. So accordingly the variable is either incremented or decremented. And this is nothing but the general use of the semaphore variable. So over here we discussed the simple example. Let's see. So we'll see, this is the, okay. So we may use the semaphore variable like this also, mutual exclusion implementation with semaphore. So like whatever solutions we discussed up till now, the solution was in do while loop, infinite do while loop. So do wait mutex critical section. So wait, that is decrement the variable whenever the variable reaches to 0 according to our example. So you can enter in the critical section. And once your use inside the critical section is over, so again increment the variable to the 5. So signal mutex, and again reminder section. So again this is the structure of particular process in semaphore. So as each process is having its own entry section, critical section, exit section, and reminder section. So whenever the process goes to the reminder section, another process is able to enter in the critical section. So when that process is able to enter inside the critical section, immediately that process have to decrement the variable till the condition matches or reaches. And once the condition is true, again it is able to enter in the critical section. Right? So this is the simple use of semaphore in case of solution, or we may write a semaphore in the form of wait and signal operation. So the main disadvantage of mutual exclusion solution. Okay, so this is given. Actually here one disadvantage is given. So actually though we are using wait and signal operation, so while we are implementing such operations in case of multiple process solution, to achieve the first requirement, that is mutual exclusion, so we may face the problem of busy waiting. We may face the problem of busy waiting, that is while a process is in its critical section, any process that tries to enter its critical section will loop continuously in the entry code. Okay, so here whatever solution is given over here, so we said that this is the solution for n processes. It is the solution, it is the n process solution, that is multiple process solution. So how many processes will be there in the critical section at a time? Only one process will be there, right? So assume that in the system P1 to Pn processes are there. maybe 10 processes are there. So we'll take the value of n is equal to 10. So 1 to 10. Let assume that 1 is inside the critical section. But about remaining 9, so remaining 9, they are trying to execute the entry section, their own entry section. So what they are doing? So they are trying to execute the wait operation, right? So all these 9, they are trying to share the common variable, that is mutex. Either you may use mutex or yes. So all are accessing mutex variable and all are trying to execute the entry section. So how many times they will execute the entry section? So don't know till P1 will leave the critical section, till they will enter in their that is the entry section, right? So this is called as a busy looping. So busy waiting. So while a process is in its critical section, any other process that tries to enter its critical section will loop continuously in the entry code. So it is just trying to execute the entry code, that is entry section code. It is trying to execute number of times. So whether that process is trying to enter in the critical section, no, because first process is already there in the critical section. And what the second or second to 9 processes they are doing, they are continuously going to the intersection. They are trying to execute the code. Again, after some time, they are trying to execute the same code. Again, after some time, they are trying to execute the same code. So in the sense, they are executing the intersection. They are executing the intersection, but they are unable to enter in the critical section because already one process is there in the critical section. So what they are doing, they are in the running state. They are in the running state, in the sense they are busy. They are busy, but they are not doing the they are not getting the required output, right? So they are busy, but they are not getting the exact output. So what is their target? Their target is nothing but to access the critical section, but they are unable to try to enter in the critical section. So this conditional looping is clearly a problem in a real multi-programming system where a single CPU shared among many processes. So busy waiting wastes CPU cycles that some other might be able to use productively, right? So here what is going on? As one P1 is inside the critical section, it totally depends upon the P1, how much amount of time that critical sections should be used. So I may say that some of the applications are there where we are able to set the time. Some of the applications are there where we are unable to set the time. So in that case, one process may be inside the critical section for long amount of time, and remaining processes, they are unnecessarily executing number of times the entry section. I hope you are understanding. जसे की असं आता जर तुम्ही एखादं रिअल लाईफ एक्झाम्पल घ्या, बऱ्याच वेळेला असं होतं की एखादी खूप महत्वाची गोष्ट आपल्याला करायची असते आणि ती आपण करायला जातो आणि काहीतरी तिथं आपल्याला वेटिंग करायला लागतं. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, अगेन विल टेक द एक्झाम्पल ऑफ अवर ओन कॉलेज. सो अज्युम दॅट असं अज्युम करा की तुमचा इंटरव्ह्यू शेड्यूल केलेला आहे. तुम्हाला डे सांगितलेला आहे, पण टाइम काय सांगितलेला नाहीये. तुम्हाला असं सांगितलेलं की ह्या रूम मध्ये तुम्ही येऊन बसा आणि तुमची इंटरव्ह्यू घेतली जाईल. मे बी असं अजून करा की तुमचं कॅम्पस ड्राईव्ह शेड्यूल केलेलं आहे, तुम्हाला डेट दिलेली आहे, तुम्ही आलेला आहात रेडी होऊन, तिथं त्या हॉलमध्ये बसलेला आहात, बट येट नो बडी इज कमिंग टू टेक युअर इंटरव्ह्यू, राईट? सो व्हॉट यू आर डुईंग, टाइम फिक्स दिलेला नाही तुम्हाला. तुम्ही काय कराल, तुम्ही प्रिपेअर करत बसाल आणि फक्त वेट करत बसाल की माझा नंबर कधी येईल, माझा नंबर कधी येईल, राईट? सो लाईक दॅट व्हॉट वी आर डुईंग, वी आर जस्ट एक्झिक्युटिंग इन द एंट्री सेक्शन. We are just trying to execute in the entry section number of times, and maybe after a long waiting we are get scheduled for the interview. So wherever the interview room will be there, so that will be treated as a common resource. So then you are entering inside that common resource, right? म्हणजे तुम्हाला दिवस दिलेला आहे, त्या दिवसामध्ये मोस्टली तुम्हाला एक टायमिंग दिलेला असणार आहे, 11 ते 5 या ड्युरेशन मध्ये तुमची इंटरव्ह्यू घेतली जाईल. पण त्या 11 ते 5 मध्ये अख्खा 11 ते 5 तुमच्या एकट्याची इंटरव्ह्यू झालेली नसते. So only maybe 5 to 10 minutes your interview will be there. So that for that 5 to 10 minutes, you may say that that was the critical time for you people. But before that, whatever time you are spending in the outside room, so that will be your waiting time, right? That will be your waiting time. But but over there during that time also you were treating yourself as a busy, right? जरी 10 मिनिटासाठीच आपला इंटरव्ह्यू झालेला असेल, 10 मिनिटासाठी तुमचं ऍक्च्युअल वर्किंग झालेलं आहे, ऍक्च्युअल रनिंग झालेलं आहे, पण त्याच्या अगोदर जो काही टाइम तुमचा स्पेंड झालेला आहे तिथं, सो दॅट इज दॅट वी आर अज्युमिंग दॅट इज द busy time. So we were busy, but actually we were not busy, right? आपण तिथं रनिंग स्टेट मध्ये नव्हतो. ड्युरिंग दॅट अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम यू वेर नॉट इन द रनिंग स्टेट, बट स्टील you are treated as a busy, right? Still you are treated as a busy because you were waiting, so you were executing the intersection. So how many times you executed the intersection, don't know. It depends upon your number whenever you will be get called for the interview, right? Yes students, it is called as a busy waiting. It is called as a busy waiting. बऱ्याच वेळेला आपल्याला सवय असते, एखादं आईने एखादं काम सांगितलेलं असेल आणि आपल्याला जर ते करायचं नसेल तर आपण काय करतो, नाही मी अभ्यास करतोय, माझं लेक्चर चालू आहे. जरी लेक्चर संपला असेल तरी पण माझं लेक्चर चालू आहे, किंवा जरी आपण वाचत नसू तरी आपण सांगतो की मी अभ्यास करतोय, राईट? इज इट ऍप्लिकेबल टू यू? Yes students, are you listening to me? Hello? Hello, nobody is responding. What is this? So instead of typing the messages, you can unmute yourself and say yes, no, like that. Or if you want to share your own examples, you can share. Yes students, anybody want to share the example? Busy waiting. Busy waiting. प्रत्येक माणसाला अशी सवय असते, विनाकारण बिझी नसलं तरी पण बिझी आहे असं दाखवायची सवय असते, बरोबर आहे ना? Yes, busy waiting. So that is, we are actually in the waiting state, but still we are busy because we are executing the intersection more than once. Unnecessarily we are executing, sometimes unnecessarily we are executing that intersection. सो वी नो, आपल्याला माहिती असते की आपल्याला आता लगेच बोलवणार नाही, तरी पण आपण सारखं सारखं त्या रूम कडे जाऊन यायला बघतो. सो राईट, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज अ बिझी वेटिंग. To busy waiting in the sense unnecessarily we are wasting the time inside the entry section, and this happens when there is common resource and n number of processes want to access that common resource. So while the process is in its critical section, any other process that tries to enter its critical section may loop continuously in the entry code. So this conditional looping is clearly a problem in real multi-programming system where a single CPU shared among many processes. So busy waiting wastes CPU cycles that some other might be able to use productively. So this busy waiting, busy in the sense it is running, but it is running in the entry section. That is with the help of wait instruction, wait operation, it is trying to execute the code number of times. So it means it is under running state, but unnecessarily this is get wasted. So same code is executed more than once. This is called as a, it is waiting the CPU cycles. So this type of semaphore is called as a spin lock. It is called as a spin lock. So this spin lock may be overcome to overcome the need for busy waiting. So the wait and signal semaphore operations are modified. So the modified operations are given over here. So modified definition of semaphore. Just a minute. So wait operation. This is modified wait. Void wait semaphore yes dot value minus minus. If yes dot value less than 0, add this process to s dot l block. And modified definition of signal. So void signal semaphore yes dot value plus plus. If yes dot value less than equal to 0, remove process p from s dot l, wake up p. So here if you observe, so this is the modified definition of wait and signal. So initially we say seen the semaphore definition, that is wait and signal definition. So here they have taken the help of one list, so that is s dot l. So list of semaphore, add this process to s dot l, that is s dot value minus minus if s dot value less than 0. So again this is the condition. So add this process to s dot l, म्हणजे थोडक्यात एक प्रोसेस जर क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये असेल आणि दुसरी प्रोसेस इंटरसेक्शन मध्ये आली, so second process is unable to enter in the critical section, so add that process to the list, in the waiting list. In short, it may be called as a waiting list. So add the second process in the waiting list. If third comes, so third is also trying to enter in the critical section, add that third process also in the waiting list. Four comes, add that fourth process to the waiting list, because one first process is inside the critical section. So like that, in case of n process solution, if n number of processes are trying to enter it in their critical section, and if already critical section is busy, so instead of allowing them to do busy waiting, so you can add these processes, such processes to the list, waiting list, and just make their state as a block, that is waiting. So here two statements are there, add this process to s dot l and block. Block indicates that the state of that such processes will be done as a block. Block is in the sense waiting. त्या सगळ्या प्रोसेसची स्टेट वेटिंग सेट करून ठेवायची. सो ऑल दीज प्रोसेसेस आर वेटिंग टू एंटर इनसाइड द क्रिटिकल सेक्शन. Okay, so again normally variable is decremented, and in case of signal operation variable is incremented. Again the condition is set if s dot value less than equal to 0. So remove a process p from s dot l. So the process which is inserted first on the waiting list, so you can remove that process from that waiting list, and that is wake up that process and give the resource, that is give the critical section to that process. So this is called as a modified solution. And when to apply this modified solution, if there is busy waiting, if there is the problem of busy waiting. So this is the modified solution. Okay, so we'll discuss this point, deadlock and starvation. So first afterwards, so first of all you can just note it down. Okay, so first of all note it down, the point semaphore. So you can note down the point semaphore. Note down the points written over here. What is semaphore? It is the synchronization tool. So it is the integer variable, and how it is accessed. It is accessed through two standard atomic operations. So this is the standard. So this variable is accessed through two operations called as a wait and signal. Wait is also called as a P operation, and signal is also called as a V operation. So hope everybody is listening to me. So today very few students are listening to me, and the strength of class is very less. So only 72. Note down the points. Okay, write down the definition of weight operation. Then the definition of signal operation. Scroll down. This one, Rahul. Okay, write down the definition of weight and signal.
Recording in progress.
Is it over? Definitions of weight and signal. So in weight operations, so semaphore variable is decremented, and in case of signal operation, it is incremented. May I go ahead? Yes, students, why you are not responding? Write down this usage. We can use semaphore to deal with the unprocessed critical section problem. The unprocessors share a semaphore. It is also called as a mutex. Hope everybody is writing. Is it over? Yes, students. Is it okay? Rahul? We can implement this scheme readily by letting P1 and P2 share a common semaphore sink initialized to 0 and by inserting the statements S1, comma, semicolon, signal sink, semicolon, in process P1 and statements wait sink, semicolon, S2 in process P2. So process P2 will execute S2 only when P1 will execute S1. P1 is required to be executed first, then P2. P1 will execute first and then P2 will execute. Over. Yes, can we proceed further? Rituja responding. So now you can write, actually this is the misplaced same. Yeah, this is the usage. So normally is used. So this is called as a mutual exclusion implementation with semaphore. Mutual exclusion implementation with semaphore. So how to achieve mutual exclusion using semaphore that is given over here. Do intersection, in the intersection wait operation is there, then critical section, and after critical section again exit section. As a part of exit section signal operation is there, and then remainder section. So over here the semaphore variable name is mutex. So you may use mutex or you may use yes. So normally S stands for semaphore. So capital S you may use, or you may use the name mutex. Both are given to the semaphore variable. Okay. So you may write main disadvantage of this solution. So this is the solution using semaphore. So disadvantage is called as a busy waiting. You can directly write under disadvantage busy waiting. And here you may write what is busy waiting. That is why process is in its critical section. Any other processes that tries to enter its critical section may continuously loop in the entry code. May continuously in the entry code. So this conditional looping is clearly a problem in real multi-programming system where a single CPU shared among many processes. So busy waiting by CPU cycles. That's what it's called as a disadvantage. So this busy waiting is also called as a spin lock. Spin lock, that is unnecessary number of processes are in the waiting state for the one process who is inside the critical section. So when one is inside the critical section, remaining n minus 1, they are executing entry code number of times. This is called as a busy waiting. This busy waiting is overcome using the modified definition of wait and signal. Is it over? Right, only the definition of this busy waiting. To avoid this busy waiting, so don't write this part, you can write directly the modified definitions. So busy waiting is overcome using modified definition of wait and signal. This busy waiting is overcome using modified definition of wait and signal. Right below modified wait operation and then modified signal operation. This is about modified wait operation. So here a semaphore is defined with the help of two values. One is its value, that is s dot value. It is defined as a structure s dot value, and second one is list s dot l. So two variables are there in this structure. One is value and another is the linked list of waiting processes. Okay, so this is the modified definition of signal operation. Yes, students, are you writing? Yes, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So modified signal operation, you can note it down. Actually, why we discuss these modified solutions, modified definitions, due to busy waiting. So this busy waiting is also called as a spin lock. So here two operations are used. One is wake up and another is the that is block. So we are allowing to go that processes into the block state and wake up in the sense that process will be wake up from waiting state. So it comes from the waiting state to ready state, and from ready state it goes to the running state. Is it over? Okay. Can we move ahead? Yes, my screen is visible. I think it is get disconnected.
No, ma'am.
Now is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we were talking about semaphore. We discussed the first disadvantage of semaphore, that is busy waiting. And to solve that problem, we discussed again the modified solution with the help of modified definition of wait and signal. Now we'll proceed further to the second disadvantage of this semaphore, that is deadlocks and starvation. So this is the main disadvantage of the semaphore. Second disadvantage of semaphore, deadlock and starvation. So first of all, we'll discuss what is by deadlock and starvation. Then you can note it down. So see here, if you are looking over here, so consider a system consisting of two processes P0 and P1, each accessing two semaphores variables, that is S and Q. So how many processes are there in the system? Two processes are there, P0 and P1, and they are accessing two variables. So two resources they are trying to access. Both are the common resources or shared resources. And for these two resources, two semaphore variables are used. One is S and another is Q. Okay. So process P0 is waiting for the variable S, that is first resource. You may assume R1, R2, and for R1 the variable used, semaphore variable used is S, and for R2 variable used is Q. So R1, R2 I am saying resources, resource 1, resource 2, and the semaphore variables S and Q. So process P0 is waiting for S and process P1 is waiting for Q. So if you consider first statements of P0 and P1, so P0 is waiting for S and P1 is waiting for Q. P1 is waiting for Q. And again, after some time, P0 is waiting for Q and P1 is waiting for S. Okay, so listen carefully over here. So what happens? P0 is waiting for S yes, maybe with P1, and P1 is waiting for Q, Q maybe with P0. Okay, so here I have shown, if you are looking, so somewhere I have shown. So two processes are there in the system. One is waiting for one variable and another is waiting for another variable. Okay, so let it be. So here the description is given only by one of the waiting processes. The even question is the execution of a signal operation. When such state is reached, these programs said to be deadlocked. Okay, so what happens? P0 and P1 are there. Two resources are there, and these two resources are common resources. असं अज्युम करा की P0 आणि P1 आहेत आणि दोन रिसोर्सेस आहेत R1 आणि R2. सपोज R1 साठी सेमॅफोर व्हेरिएबल यूज केलेला आहे S आणि R2 साठी सेमॅफोर व्हेरिएबल यूज केलेला आहे Q. ओके, सो असं अज्युम करा की P1 has locked P0 has locked R2 and P1 has locked R1. म्हणजे दोन रिसोर्सेस आहेत R1 आणि R2. So for R1 resource R1, we are using the variable semaphore variable S, and for R2 we are using the semaphore variable Q. Okay, and process P0 and P1 is there. So process P0 is waiting for S, in the sense, so S is assigned to R1, resource R1, and suppose that resource R1 is given to P1, and suppose resource R2 is given to P0. म्हणजे P0 कडे R2 आहे, P1 कडे R1 आहे. To complete P0 requires R1 R2. To complete P1 requires R1 R2. म्हणजे त्यांना जर स्वतःची प्रोसेस कंप्लीट करायची असेल तर त्यांना दोन्ही रिसोर्सेस लागणार आहेत. But one resource is with one process and another resource is with another process. So what they will do, they will wait for each other. That is P0 is executing wait S and P1 is executing wait Q. Or after some time P0 will execute wait Q and P1 will execute wait S. So like that. So they may be waiting for each other. It may happens, or means nobody is going inside the critical section. Both are waiting for each other because they require both the resources to execute successfully in the critical section. So that's why they are just waiting for each other. Or they may release both the resources and nobody is going into the critical section. So this is called as a deadlock. Yes, are you students getting it? Hello? Are you listening to me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so deadlock is nothing but two processes waiting for each other. So one is holding one resource, another is holding another resource. First is waiting for the second process to release the second resource, and second process is waiting for the first process to release the first resource. So in short, both are waiting for each other. Nobody is going for completion. Both are in the waiting state. Nobody is going to the completion. Nobody is trying to enter in the critical section because they are waiting for each other, because they require both the resources. So this will be the infinite waiting. Don't know when P1 will release the first resource and don't know when P2 will release the second resource. So this will be infinite waiting state. So this is called as a deadlock. So this may occur in case of this semaphore. Okay, so suppose that P0 executes wait S and P1 executes wait Q. When process P0 executes wait Q, must wait until P1 executes signal Q. That is P0 is waiting for S, and when P1 will execute signal S, then only P0 is able to complete, and P1 is waiting for Q, and whenever P0 will execute signal Q, then only P1 is able to execute. So that is nothing but the description is given over here. So another problem related to deadlock is infinite blocking, or it is also called as a starvation. So waiting, they are already going into the deadlock state. Deadlock state is nothing but the waiting state, but don't know whether that waiting will be finite or infinite. If it is infinite, it is called as a, if it is infinite, it is called as a starvation. Indefinite blocking, indefinite blocking, that is infinite waiting. So waiting time is not definite, it is infinite. It is not finite, it is infinite. So don't know whether that waiting time will be get finished or it will continue as it is. So in that case, it is called as a starvation. So actually we discussed the concept of starvation in case of multi-programming operating system also in the first chapter. So in case of multi-programming operating system, once the CPU is allocated to the process, so it will be get deallocated once that process will finish. So if we taken the example, first process may be having 30 milliseconds execution time and second process may be having 5 millisecond execution time. So second process have to wait for the first process for 30 milliseconds, right? So though its execution time is 5, still it have to wait for 30 milliseconds. So it is almost a big amount of time for the second process. So it is called as a starvation. So in case of, mostly in case of deadlock, so this starvation or indefinite blocking state or period, it will be very, very long. So that's why it's called as a deadlock. बऱ्याच वेळेला सो द बेस्ट एक्झाम्पल ऑफ डेडलॉक, बऱ्याच वेळेला तुमची सिस्टीम हँग होते. आपण म्हणतो की कम्प्युटर हँग झालाय. सो समटाइम्स फ्यू प्रोसेसेस मे बी गेट हँग. फॉर एक्झाम्पल काही तुम्ही वर्ड फाईल वगैरे ओपन करता किंवा पीडीएफ ओपन करता आणि खूप फास्ट फास्ट तुम्ही ऑपरेशन करायला लागला तर कधी कधी त्या फाईलच्या वर तुम्हाला दिसतं नॉट रिस्पॉन्डिंग. So that not responding indicates that that particular processes get hanged or it is in the deadlock state. So sometimes the whole system, that is all the processes may be in the deadlock, or sometimes few processes may be in the deadlock. I hope you have observed. आपण बरेचसे विंडो ओपन करतो, एखादी वर्डची विंडो ओपन करतो, एखादी पीपीटीची विंडो ओपन करतो, एखादी पीडीएफ ची विंडो ओपन करतो. त्यातल्या कधी कधी सगळ्याच विंडो म्हणजे कुठलंच काही वर्क होत नाही, माऊस पण वर्क होत नाही. त्या केसमध्ये आपण म्हणू शकतो की सिस्टीम, होल सिस्टीम इज इन डेडलॉक. आणि कधी कधी काही विंडो वर्क होत असतात आणि काही होत नाहीत. सो इन दॅट केस फ्यू प्रोसेसेस आर इन डेडलॉक अँड फ्यू आर नॉट. So it may happens that few may go to the deadlock. In that case, so we may terminate that process and once again we need to restart because they are going to the deadlock, infinite waiting state, blocking state. It is also called as a starvation. Okay, so this is the disadvantage of this semaphore. So a scenario of execution of program. Actually here the example is given, process P1, P2, P3, wait mutex, wait mutex, wait mutex, critical section, waiting, then signal mutex, waiting. Okay, so how the process, three processes are trying to execute in the system when they are trying to share the common variable. For example, दिलेलं इथं सिस्टीम मध्ये 3 प्रोसेसेस आहेत, P1, P2, P3. आणि ह्या तिघांनाही एक कॉमन व्हेरिएबल ऍक्सेस करायचे. त्या कॉमन रिसोर्स साठी सेमॅफोर वापरलाय, म्युटेक्स. So first of all these three processes will be trying to execute the wait operation, wait mutex, maybe according to scheduling algorithm. So the critical section entry chance will be given to process P1. So it will go through the critical section. So remaining P2 and P3 will be in the waiting state. So once P1 will execute inside the critical section, P1 will come to the exit section and executes the signal mutex. So once it will be executed signal mutex, so while it is executing the exit section, again P2 and P3 will be in the waiting state. And once the exit section of P1 will be over, so P2 will be in the critical section. म्हणजे असं अजून केले की the P1, P2, P3 पहिल्यांदा चान्स दिलेला P1 ला, then P2 and then P3. So P2 will be in the critical section, P3 will be in the waiting state, that is in the entry section. Other P1 processes, that is it may be in the reminder section. So it may be P1 may be waiting for second time to enter inside the critical section. So mostly it is applicable in case of time sharing operating system, right? टाइम शेअरिंग ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम मध्ये काही पर्टिक्युलर अमाऊंट ऑफ टाइम साठी प्रोसेसर दिलेला असतो त्या प्रोसेसला, पण कधी कधी ती प्रोसेस कंप्लीट होते किंवा complete होत नाही. जर complete नाही झाली तर once again it requests for the processor. So that is nothing but wait mutex. That is process P1 want to utilize the critical section once again. So again P1 will be in the trying to execute the entry section. So P2 will be in the critical section and P3 will be in the waiting state. So again P3 will be waiting. So next P2 will execute the signal mutex. So while P2 is in the exit section, exit म्हणजे signal statement execute करतोय तो. So at that time P1 and P3 will be in the waiting state, and after that again P3 instead of giving chance to P3, so chance is given to P1. So maybe P1 is having higher priority, so P1 is again entering inside the critical section. P3 will be in the waiting state. So here so this is the scenario of execution of program. It depends upon the priority of the processes. So actually if you observe over here, 3 processes are there: P1, P2, P3. P1 entered twice in the critical section, P2 entered once, but P3 is not getting chance to enter inside the critical section. So P3 is in the infinite waiting. So P3 may go for starvation. So the best example to understand the concept of starvation. So you are starting your machine. तुम्ही तुमचा कॉम्प्युटर असू दे किंवा लॅपटॉप असू दे, तुम्ही चालू करून ठेवलाय आणि डेस्कटॉप आलेलं आहे. म्हणजे डेस्कटॉप आलेलं आहे आणि तुम्ही डेस्कटॉप आल्यानंतर तुम्ही काहीच ऑपरेशन करत नाही किंवा माऊस क्लिक करत नाही किंवा कीबोर्डचं बटन कुठलंच प्रेस करत नाही. सो फॉर maybe 5 minutes it will shows you the desktop, right? So here desktop is stated as one process. तर किती वेळ तुम्हाला डेस्कटॉप दिसेल? काही वेळेपर्यंत, आणि त्याच्यानंतर काय होईल? डेस्कटॉप दिसायचं डिसअपियर होईल आणि मे बी तुमची अदर स्क्रीन दिसायला लागेल, राईट? यस, स्क्रीन सेव्हर. बऱ्याच वेळेला स्क्रीन सेव्हर वगैरे ती प्रोसेस ऍक्टिव्हेट होते. So some of the processes are activated by default by the system. So your desktop will be get disappeared, and that will be going to appear. So if you are not responding, so that process goes for waiting state, or it may be going for termination without execution also, right? So this is the example of waiting, infinite waiting. Okay. Next they are given the properties of semaphore, characteristics of semaphore. So first characteristic, semaphore service discipline. In situation in which some processes are making progress towards completion, but one or more other processes are locked out of the resource, it's called as indefinite postponement, or it is also called as a starvation. It is also called as a live lock. To prevent live lock, some semaphore implementations enforce a service discipline among the waiting processes. Process starvation may be prevented by the following requirement to semaphore implementation. A request to enter the critical section must be granted in finite time. This requirement can be met by using the FIFO discipline for choosing among the waiting processes. Okay, so some of the semaphores, they are having the properties called as a semaphore service discipline. So what is going on, if we will not apply this property, so some of the processes may be going in starvation. So to avoid this, most of the semaphores, they are applying semaphore service discipline, in the sense, so whatever processes are there in the waiting state, so these processes should come to the critical section. It means they should be scheduled for execution. And for that purpose, mostly they are using the FIFO, that is first in, first out. First in, first out discipline. What do you mean by discipline? So some set of rules are there, and the rules are set. So the process which comes first, so that process should get the chance to enter in the critical section first, right? So like that, some of the disciplines are applied by the semaphores to avoid the starvation. So this is one of the most important property of the semaphore service discipline. Like you people, so we need to apply some of the disciplines. So we need to apply some of the rules. So if we apply the rules, so each and every student should have to obey that rule. In the same fashion, over here also each and every system, each and every process should obey that rule. So one process should not enter more than once inside the critical section till all the processes will get the chance to enter inside the critical section. Once all will get the chance, then the processes they are able to enter in the critical section for second time. But at least for the first time, all should get the chance to enter in the critical section. All right. So this is the discipline. Next, semaphore granularity. Actually, the concept of granularity is there. Just a minute. The page is misplaced. Okay. So coarse granularity. In this, one semaphore is used to handle execution of shared resources. This approach reduces the storage and runtime overhead at the cost of increased number of conflict. Actually, two types of one is finest granularity. Actually, it is not here, so it is not scanned properly. दोन टाईपच्या ग्रॅन्युलॅरिटी आहेत. Semaphore granularity. So two types of granularities are there. One is called as a finest granularity and second is called as a coarse granularity. So coarse, C-O-U-R-S, coarse granularity, finest and coarse. So in case of coarse, for group of resources, only one semaphore variable is used. And in case of finest granularity, per resource, separate semaphore variable is used. इथे लक्षात सेमॅफोर ग्रॅन्युलॅरिटी. तर काही सिस्टीम मध्ये ग्रुप ऑफ रिसोर्सेस आहेत, ग्रुप ऑफ म्हणजे नंबर ऑफ कॉमन रिसोर्सेस आहेत. फॉर ऑल द रिसोर्सेस ओनली वन सेमॅफोर व्हेरिएबल इज युज्ड. इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ कर्स ग्रॅन्युलॅरिटी. And if we use per resource separate semaphore variable, so in that case it is called as a finest granularity. Okay, so finest granularity and coarse granularity. Coarse granularity is given over here. C-O-A-R-S-E, coarse granularity. In this, one semaphore is used to handle a execution of shared resources. So this approach reduces the storage. जर एकच व्हेरिएबल यूज केलं सगळ्या रिसोर्सेस साठी तर त्या व्हेरिएबलला स्टोअर करायला स्पेस पण कमी लागते and the run time overhead will be reduced in case of coarse granularity. But again, it depends upon the application. So some of the applications requires coarse granularity and some of the applications require finest granularity. Okay, so this is about granularity. These are the two important characteristics of semaphore. So one characteristic is that is service discipline, semaphore service discipline, and second characteristic is semaphore granularity. Okay, so note it down. Where will you left? Okay, so second disadvantage of semaphore, that is deadlock and starvation. Okay, so you may write directly the example how the deadlock occurs. Consider a system consisting of two processes P0, P1, each accessing two semaphores S and Q. Q is misplaced over here. Both are set to value 1. Actually, here I just want to take the help of tool. Okay, so just here is again pen. So this is vanishing pen. will get removed. Actually, I just want to show P0, P1, and P0 is holding maybe R1, and P1 is holding R2, and maybe R2 is assigned to P0 and R1 is assigned to P1. So actually this is nothing but the deadlock condition. Options are also there. That's not erasing. Okay. So instead of taking, I will take just over here. This is P1. This is P2. P1. Requesting. Requesting R1. And P2 is requesting R2. And maybe R2 is with P1 and R1 is with P2. So this arrow indicates that R1 is assigned to P2 and R2 is assigned to P1, and P1 is requesting for R1 and P2 is requesting for R2. Actually processes are shown with the help of circle, and resources mostly shown with the help of rectangle or square. Okay, so actually we are discussing this in detail in the next chapter, that is a deadlock. So this is called as a deadlock situation. This is called as a deadlock situation. So this is called as a request age and this is called as the assignment age. So we'll see in detail. So for a while, this is just for your understanding purpose. I have shown this. Okay. So here R2 is assigned to P1 and R1 is assigned to P2. So you may say that for R1 actually wait yes. So P1 is waiting for yes. So P1 is requesting R1. So for R1, you may assume the semaphore variable yes, and for R2, it may be Q. So like that. So here I assume the P1, P2. So you may assume P0, P1. Right? Okay, so just note down this. All of you write down this. Consider a system consisting of two processes P0, P1, each accessing two semaphores S and Q set to the value 1. Okay, write down this. Hope you are noting it down. Okay, two problems with respect to semaphore. That is, one is deadlock, another is also called as a indefinite blocking. So indefinite blocking is also the deadlock, but in some deadlocks, the waiting time or the deadlock state will be finite, and sometimes it may be infinite. Indefinite blocking. So waiting time will be infinite. It's also called as a starvation. Okay, so this is the scenario of execution of program is given. Program divided into three processes, P1, P2, P3. So process states oblique activity, the variable mutex. So two values are there with respect to mutex. One indicates free, zero indicates busy. So initially, so it is totally free. So in the first column, time is given M1, M2. So that is moment 1, moment 2, moment 3, moment 4, like that onwards. Then process state activity. Then mutex variable. Then processes in critical section, trying to attempt the critical section. So at the first moment, nobody is entered or nobody started the execution. That's why dash dash dash. So variable mutex value is 1. It is totally free. So nobody is there in the critical section. So now at moment 2, so all are trying to execute the entry section. Wait mutex, wait mutex, wait mutex. So value of mutex is 0. So it may be going to become busy. So here P1. So P1 and so all processes, they are nobody is there in the critical section. Again here P1 is in the critical section, P2 and P3 is not there in the critical section. Again P2, P3 not in the critical section. So P2 is inside the critical section, P3 is waiting. Here P2 is inside the critical section, P3, P1 are waiting, like that. Again here nobody is there in the critical section. So whenever process is in the signal, that is trying to execute the exit section, the critical section will be free. So that dash indicates critical section is free. Otherwise somebody is there in the critical section. So like that, this is the scenario of execution of program. So here program is assumed to be divided into three processes, P1, P2, P3. So you may assume program may be divided into more than three processes. Is it over? Yes, students. Are you writing? Hello. Are you writing the things?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Write down this table. Okay. Now write down the characteristics. So in short, you can write the characteristics. First characteristic, it is semaphore service discipline. And second characteristic, that is semaphore granularity. Properties and characteristics of semaphore. Semaphore service discipline in situation in which some processes are making progress towards completion, but one or more other processes are logged out of the resource. Is called indefinite postponement. म्हणजे काही प्रोसेसेस एक्झिक्युशन कंप्लीट करतात, पण काही प्रोसेसेस, मे बी few processes, one or two, they are get locked due to the resource. They are not getting the resource. It is called as the indefinite postponement, or also called as the starvation or live lock. To prevent live locks, some semaphore implementations enforce a service discipline among the processes. The process starvation may be prevented by following requirement to semaphore implementation. The requirements, that is, a request to enter the critical section must be granted in finite time. So this is the requirement, or this is the rule. See, throughout the lecture, we are discussing only one tool, that is semaphore. Note down this. So this requirement can be met by using the FIFO discipline. So over here, the discipline applied is FIFO, first in, first out. Semaphore service discipline, this is the first property. And second property, semaphore granularity. Semaphore granularity. In that, first granularity type is finest, 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 finest granularity, and second one is coarse granularity, COARSE, coarse granularity. So in finest granularity, each resource, each common resource is having its own semaphore variable, and in coarse granularity, all the resources are having only one semaphore variable. So group of resources are used under with the help of one semaphore variable. Group of resources are used using only one semaphore variable. For example, जर 4 resources असतील R1, R2, R3, R4, So for all the resources, only one semaphore variable yes is used. And in case of finest granularity, if R1, R2, R3, R4 are there, so 4 semaphore variables may be used, S1, S2, S3, S4, like that. So separate resource, separate semaphore variable, and all resources, only one semaphore variable. So this is the difference between finest granularity and coarse granularity. So these are the two important characteristics of semaphore. Okay. So these are the properties, and one more point is there in the semaphore itself, that is the concept of binary semaphore. So binary semaphore, until now we have seen the concept of counting semaphore. आतापर्यंत आपण जे डिस्कस केलं त्याला counting semaphore म्हणतात. Counting semaphore in the sense, so the value of semaphore variable may be than 0 or 1. It may be 2, it may be 3, it may be 5. So just now I taken the example, I want to enter inside the critical section, or that is washroom. So how much amount of time is given to me? For example, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So that 10 or 5 acts as a counting semaphore. So counting semaphore is having any value than 0 or 1, any natural number. It may be 10, it may be 20, it may be 100, like that onwards, depending upon the application. But in case of binary semaphore, so that semaphore value will be either 0 or 1. So the binary semaphore is a semaphore with an integer value that can range only between 0 and 1. Binary semaphore can be simpler to implement than a counting semaphore because it is having only two values, 0 and 1. So counting semaphores can be implemented using the binary semaphores. So over here the example of this binary semaphore is given. Binary semaphore S1, S2 are declared. Then initially S1 is equal to 1, S2 is equal to 0. The value of integer C is set to the initial value of the counting semaphore S. Okay. So weight S1, C minus minus. So over here C is treated as a counting semaphore and S is treated as a binary semaphore. So if C is less than 0, signal S1, weight S1, S2, again signal S1. Okay, so this is the example of binary semaphore, and then they are given again mutual exclusion with binary semaphore. Okay, so P1 begin, while true do begin, wait mutex, critical section, signal mutex, other P1 processing, end while, end P1. So same for P2 and P3. Okay. So this is the code with respect to processes given. So if process want to enter inside the critical section, it have to execute wait operation, wait mutex, and again trying to enter inside the critical section. After coming from the critical section, it have to execute the signal. Other P1 processing, that is P1 may be in the remainder section. End while, end P1. So same code with respect to P2. So you have to write for P2, P3 like that onwards. So everybody have to execute mutex. Mutex is the semaphore variable over here. So either the value of that variable will be 0 or 1. So actually this much details are not required. You may just note down the description about the binary semaphore. Okay. So binary semaphore is a semaphore with an integer value that can range only between 0 and 1. A binary semaphore can be simpler to implement than a counting semaphore. Okay, so this much is sufficient. So this is about one more concept. Okay, so throughout the lecture we discussed only about the semaphore. So first of all we discussed what is semaphore, then we discussed two operations on the semaphore, wait and signal. Then we discussed the definition of wait and signal. After operations, we discussed about the usage of the semaphore with the help of wait and signal operation. Then we discussed the problem with respect to wait and signal operation. That is the busy waiting. And to solve that problem, we modified the definition of wait and signal. And again, we discussed about the usage of that modified wait and signal. And then we discussed the drawbacks of the semaphore. The first drawback, that is nothing but the starvation, that is indefinite blocking. It is also called as the spin lock. And then we discussed about deadlock and starvation. And then we discussed the properties of semaphore. Two properties we discussed, that is the semaphore service discipline and semaphore granularity. And at last we discussed the concept of binary semaphore. So two types of semaphores are there: counting semaphores and binary semaphores, right? So these many things we discussed as a part of this lecture. So today we'll stop here. Parallelly, I will take the attendance. Those who want to note it down regarding binary semaphore, they can note it down. And parallelly, you can give the attendance. Okay. So answer your attendance. So TY A division 1, 2, 3,
Yes, ma'am.
4,
Present, ma'am.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Present, ma'am.
12, 13,
Present, ma'am.
14, 15, 16, 17,
Present, ma'am.
18,
Present, ma'am.
19,
Present, ma'am.
20,
Present, ma'am.
21,
Present, ma'am.
22,
Present, ma'am.
23,
Yes, ma'am.
24, 25,
Present, ma'am.
26,
Present, ma'am.
27, 28, 28, 29, 30, 30, 31,
Present, ma'am.
32,
Present, ma'am.
33,
Present, ma'am.
34,
Present, ma'am.
35,
Present, ma'am.
36,
Yes, ma'am.
36,
Yes, ma'am.
37,
Present, ma'am.
38, 39,
Present, ma'am.
40,
Present, ma'am.
41,
Present, ma'am.
42, 43, 44,
Present, ma'am.
45,
Present, ma'am.
46,
Present, ma'am.
47,
Present, ma'am.
48,
Present, ma'am.
49,
Present, ma'am.
50, 51, 52,
Yes, ma'am.
53,
Yes, ma'am.
54,
53 present, ma'am.
55, 55, 56, 57,
Present, ma'am.
58,
Present, ma'am.
59,
Present, ma'am.
60,
Present, ma'am.
61, 62, 63,
Present, ma'am.
64,
Present, ma'am.
65,
Present, ma'am.
66,
Present, ma'am.
67, 68,
Present, ma'am.
69,
Present, ma'am.
70,
Present, ma'am.
71, 72,
Present, ma'am.
73, 74,
Present, ma'am.
75,
Present, ma'am.
76, 77,
Present.
78,
Present, ma'am.
79,
Present, ma'am.
80.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Third year B division 1,
Present, ma'am.
Hello,
2.
ma'am. Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, A73 is present.
A73.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, A56 one.
Why you are
Ma'am,
not listening?
A17.
Okay.
A56.
Yeah.
A53.
53. Okay.
Ma'am, A16.
16. Anybody from A division?
A71.
A09.
Okay. 09.
Ma'am, A01.
Okay. Anybody from A division?
A71, ma'am.
I marked it. Okay. B division 1,
Present, ma'am.
2, 3,
Yes, ma'am.
4, 5,
Present, ma'am.
6, 7, 8, 9,
Present, ma'am.
10,
Present, ma'am.
11,
Present, ma'am.
12,
Present, ma'am.
13,
Present, ma'am.
14, 15, 16,
15 present, ma'am. 16 present, ma'am.
okay, 17,
Present, ma'am.
18,
Present, ma'am.
19, 20,
Present, ma'am.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26,
Ma'am.
27, 28, 29, 30,
Present, ma'am.
31, 32, 33, 33,
Present, ma'am.
34,
Present, ma'am.
35,
Present, ma'am.
36,
Present, ma'am.
37,
Present, ma'am.
38, 39, 39, 40, 41,
Present, ma'am.
42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47,
Present, ma'am.
48, 49, 50, 51,
Present, ma'am.
52, 53,
Yes, madam.
54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 67, 68, 69, 70,
Present, ma'am.
71, 72,
Ma'am, 71 present, ma'am.
72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77,
Present, ma'am.
78,
Present, ma'am.
79, 80.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. So boys from B division, maximum boys are absent from B division. So just give message to your friends, those who are absent. Today the absenting is more as compared to other lecture. B44 is there. So why you are not listening to the attendance, I don't know. B4 is there. B67 is there. Yes, anybody from B division?
Ma'am,
Madam
23
B76 present.
76.
71, ma'am.
Okay, I marked it.
23, ma'am. 15,
23. 23 I marked.
15, ma'am.
15 also marked.
32, ma'am.
30
2.
marked.
Ma'am, B17.
17 also marked. Anybody from B division?
B67, ma'am.
B67 marked. Okay. So I will post it on your group. You can check once again.
Ma'am, ma'am. From A division 61. 61, ma'am.
B.
A
A
61.
61. Okay. Anybody A B division? Otherwise we'll stop here.
A14.
A14. Suchitra.
A64.
A64 I have marked. Okay. Over. We'll stop here. You can leave. And I think yesterday Rutuja asked me some question I didn't get. Rutuja is there? Rutuja Dhole? A division, Rutuja Dhole is there? Okay.